subscribe to my channel. Welcome to Pretty in Black. This is Halo Eating Gray. So today I'm gonna do a story time. Okay. Before we get started though, I wanna say I was right. I was right. In a previous video, I said Terry Crews is not about to apologize for anything that he said because he doesn't see anything wrong with what he said. He's going to continue down that road. He is going to commit to it and double down. And sure enough, he has said he is going to die on that hill. So just let him die on the hill. Just keep it moving, you guys. Don't even worry about it. He's just gonna keep saying stuff, digging that hole deeper and deeper. Good for him. I wish him the best of luck. So, wanted to do a story time. I have my Kool-Aid. Okay, got my Kool-Aid here. Why Kool-Aid and not tea? Because I'm allergic to tea, okay? I don't know how many of you are aware of the term gatekeeping, or when people talk about, you know, people being the gatekeepers. And this is in reference to racism and the system of white supremacy and all of that. So basically, like, a gatekeeper is basically a black person who kind of perpetuates that system on other black people. And there's probably, I mean, when you really think about it, it doesn't have to be just about racism. You could say that there are women who are gatekeepers of sexism. You could say that there are, you know, people from the LGBTQ community who are gatekeepers of homophobia and bigotry. Really any kind of ism like that. There are people who fall into that category, are affected by it, and yet actively work to keep that system in place. Like, I don't even think that it's not about like a black person being racist against black people. I think it's more so that they've just accepted, like, this is how it is and you just need to conform. And so I wanted to share a story of my experience with that. It's not a long one. But I wanted to share this story because a lot of times black people will talk about dealing with things within a workplace, dealing with certain kinds of discrimination or issues, and a lot of times that gets written off as like, well, you know, everyone, every job has policies. I have you know, there's policies at my job. I can't just wear whatever I want or do whatever I want, whatever. So I'm going to point out, this was not a policy at my job. What I'm about to tell you about, it was not a policy. It was flat out being pulled aside and being told that I can't do something or I shouldn't do something simply because I'm black. Okay. There are sometimes things that it won't happen to you. It's not in the rule book. It's not in the policy. You won't experience it because it doesn't apply to you, but someone above you pull you to the side and say, you know, probably shouldn't do that. So a lot of times it's one of those things that might fly under the radar as far as racism goes. And also because, you know, when it happens, a lot of time that person, you know, is a black person talking to another black person, right? Like, so they're from the same group, right? Disenfranchised group or whatever. So you just kind of think, oh, well, you know, that's just them being them, or, you know, you just don't even think it's racism. I want to share this experience just so if you don't know what that's like or what that's about, here's a really good example of it. And if you have experienced something, which you don't actually have to have been black to experience something. I mean, it could be, you know, like I said, you could belong to another disenfranchised group where you could be LGBTQ and have someone coming to you who's also LGBTQ and saying, well, you know, you can't do that, sweetie, because, you know, because we're LGBTQ, you know how it is, kind of way. And you kind of just, you know, blow it off and be like, whatever. I mean, you may not even take their advice, but that's still what it is. It's the gatekeepers. And sometimes the gatekeepers have more power. And that's when it's really, you know, begins to affect your life in a very real way, is when this is a person who is above you. I want to say she was not my supervisor. This was at a previous job I worked. I worked at a school. She actually did become my supervisor later, but at this time she wasn't. But her position is higher on the chain than mine. That's really it. And so I was just one of the lowly people, and she was in a position higher than me. While she wasn't my actual direct supervisor in any way, and I definitely didn't have to take her advice, when you come into a company and, you know, someone's been there longer than you and she is in a higher position and she looks like you and she's telling you don't do that because you're black, you know, like I said, it can add a little bit more weight to it. Where I worked at was a school. I loved it there, you know, so it's not anything. I didn't hate my job. I loved it. So anyways, I worked at the front desk. So my desk was right there. When you come in that building, you see me, okay? And I was in charge of a lot of things. Just because, I mean, my job was just so versatile like that. I had a lot of different responsibilities. So I had a desk, you know, right in the open. I would have to go into my desk and, you know, throughout the day. I kept it locked and everything, but I would have to go in there to get things from time to time, depending on, you know, whatever my duties were that I needed to do. Just with the way it was set up and it being a school and stuff, especially my first year there, it was pretty common to just eat lunch at my desk. Just because there wasn't always a lot of options of leaving, you know, the desk unoccupied, especially if, you know, no one was there to cover the desk, you know, who's going to let people into the building, or who's going to pick up the phone if somebody calls and it's important. So, I would have to, I can't say I would have to, but basically, yeah, we you know, we often sat there at the desk and just, you know, ate our lunch a lot of times during the time that the kids were having lunch too. So it's not, you know, particularly odd. So anyway, so that's one part of this story. The other part is that, okay, I am bad at being an adult, and I admit this, and I am trying to be better, and I fail all the time. So I'm really bad at remembering to pack a lunch, because I don't want to. Okay, I don't want to pack a lunch. I don't want to do food prep. That's my problem. But of course, when I don't pack a lunch, it ends up happening. Lunch comes around, and I'm going to order out, or I'm going to go get something, and it's probably not going to be the healthiest thing. So to combat this, I would keep cans of soup in my desk. I had like maybe 3 or 4 cans of soup. And okay, so I don't like soup. All right, it's not a damn meal. I don't like it. I don't want to eat soup. It was there as a deterrent. So it'd be like, if you don't pack your lunch, you're just gonna have to eat soup. So I had cans of soup in my desk. I also had a bowl so I could heat the soup up in the microwave and eat it. I'm not gonna eat the soup out of a can. Had a fork and a spoon and some salt and pepper. I had snacks. Okay, whatever. It was my desk. What do you think? I kept things in there to keep me going throughout the day. Okay. Shout out to my coworker, had the fruit snacks. Like, yes, everybody knows what that's like. And I kept hot sauce because, you know, I need it. So stop. So anyways, the bowl that I had was a Country Crock butter bowl. It was empty, it was cleaned out, and now it's just the regular bowl that we use, right? You know how it is, especially, you know, growing up, you go check the refrigerator for the butter, open all the butter bowls, like 5 butter bowls, one of them may have butter in it, or y'all might be out, who knows. So, you know, we just reuse those things. We'll reuse them for storage, we'll reuse them for bowls of cereal in the morning. It's just a bowl at that point. It's durable, repurpose, reuse, recycle, people, yes, okay? So one day I had to go into my desk for something. She was standing there and she sees me pull out this butter bowl. And I didn't give her a name. I know some people give like little fake names or whatever. Let's call her Angela, just because. So Angela sees me pull out, you know, the bowl to get to something else that's in my desk, and she goes, "Oh my goodness, tell me you are not sitting at your desk eating out of that bowl." And I was like, yeah, why not? And she said, "Girl, you black, they gonna think you ghetto." And I said, no, I mean, there's a lot of white people that work here. A lot of white people coming to school. They looking like, oh, you're recycling, repurposing. That's good for the environment. She said, no, that's okay for them. But you're black. You can't be eating out that bowl. Girl, you gonna have to get a real bowl. You making us look bad. I mean, that was really what it was. I was apparently making all black people look bad because I was eating out of a country crock bowl at my desk. I did not change the bowl. I didn't. I don't care about those things. But it was just like so crazy to me. She said and did like way worse things after that going forward. But I don't want to. Those are stories that I never want to tell. And let's just be happy I don't, you know, work with her anymore. Okay. So anyways, yeah, I mean, it was crazy to me. I mean, I was just kind of looking like, you would be better to like, I could see if she had said, "Girl, you a big girl." Sis, you a big girl. You can't be sitting here eating out a damn butter bowl, sweetie. They gonna think you eating butter. Like, I could have understood that, but no, I can't do it because I'm black. I'm like, I am not fighting for somebody else to tell me what I need to be like to be black. Like, I don't need that. I'm sorry. There's already these stereotypes put on black people. There's already this way that we have to be, which is so incredibly frustrating to me. I do not need to be a particular way simply because I'm black, good or bad. Okay, I don't need to talk a certain way or dress a certain way. There's no one particular way that I am simply because my skin is the color that it is. Like, it literally, like, I'm a person. I do people shit. That's like, really, that's it. I do things that other people do. Other people reuse bowls. Like, I cannot understand it for the life of me. It's so frustrating. I wasn't black enough because I wasn't eating the right things. The black people, this is soul food. How you don't like this? One time I was working at a college and I was listening to my music, and the girl, I should say the girl, the woman across from me, because she's older than me. Not by much. But she says she listens to gangster rap, and she's white. She listens to gangster rap, okay? Tupac and Biggie, right? And some Bone Thugs and Harmony, okay? And I listen to everything. So I don't know what I was listening to that day. It could have been Britney Spears. Like, I have no idea what I was listening to. I listen to everything. And I think it was like the maintenance guy. he's gonna try to tell me, oh, she more black than you. I'm like, really? Is she? I mean, now, and this is so funny to me. Like, it's so weird to me because it's like, technically, I listen to some stuff. I mean, I listen to the real gangster rap. Okay, by the time you was listening to Tupac and Biggie, that wasn't even gangster rap anymore. I'm sorry, like, what? So anyway, I mean, this ideas, there's already these stereotypes. I have people come up to me. Somebody came up to me and said, oh, you know Migos song? I was like, I don't know who Migos is. Is that his name? I don't know his name. What is he? Is it a he? I think it's a he. I felt like it was a he. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know who Migos was. I didn't know his song neither. You know, no offense to him. It's just not in my era at this point, right? So, this idea, though, that because I'm black, I must know certain artists, right? I must do certain things, right? I must like certain foods, right? You know, and then to go from the stereotype of what black people are to then have to deal with black people telling me I'm not a real black person because I don't like something that's a stereotype that black people like, or I'm making black people look bad because I'm doing something that black people do. There is nothing that black people do that people from other races don't do. They're good or bad. Good or bad. Black people do people shit. And the only thing that all black people got in common is that they're all considered black people regardless of how they feel about the label black. Or even people, for that matter. There is no one thing that there is nothing inherent in my skin color that makes me want to do or like certain things. Like, no. There are certain ways that people act in certain situations that's probably pretty normal for people to act that way in that situation. And because of different disparities or different situations or whatever set up in the country, you might find an overabundance of a particular race in those conditions. So then it looks like, oh, that's something they do. But there's nothing that just a race does. Like, I don't get that. I don't understand that. But, you know, that's an argument for another day. But I just wanted to kind of shed some light on that and show you guys an example. Okay, because it wasn't a policy that I couldn't eat out that damn butter bowl at my desk. It wasn't a policy that I couldn't eat at my desk. It wasn't a policy that I couldn't eat out a butter bowl at my desk. You know, it was her coming to me and saying, you shouldn't do it because you're black. But you're black. And these are the same people that might not put you in a particular position because you're black. And you think, wow, you look like me. These are the people that tell you to fall in line because you're black. And you like, wow, you look like me. So it is what it is. And it's not that they don't know that it's racist. It's not that they don't know that they are perpetuating, you know, white supremacy or systematic racism on you. It's not that they know it. They've accepted it. It's like, fall in line, black person. You don't get to be like this or like that. You have to be this way because the color of your skin. And they will be the same ones that, there's so many different examples I can give y'all that I just, you know, conversations that maybe I just don't really want to have right now. But they'll perpetuate it. They'll say, you know, oh, you know, black people need to do X, Y, or Z. Or why can't black people da 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 da. And it's not because they don't realize that that's racist. It's because they are the gatekeepers of it. They perpetuate that same, disparity or marginalization, whatever you want to call it, on the people of their own race. They will, keep the sexism going, keep the bigotry going, they'll keep the racism going, because they've accepted it as this is how it is. So everybody else just needs to fall in line. That can be hard. That can be hard. And it's funny too, because in those situations, I know even me, when I looked at that situation initially in that moment, do you think I felt offended? I thought it was funny. Like, it was just like, okay, do what the hell I want. Last time I checked, you ain't my boss. But did I feel like I needed to go report her, or do I need to, oh my god, was I even thinking about her being a gatekeeper in this moment? Like, no, I really wasn't. It was just like, okay, whatever. I'm telling you, I'm all for the mantra of okay. Say something crazy to me and I'll be like, okay. And then just go on about my life, because I'm not about to stress with you. You good. I don't even need to have a conversation. So I just kind of was like, okay, whatever. And then I didn't take the bowl out. I didn't change anything, whatever. Didn't care. Like I said, she wasn't my supervisor. But, the argument could have been made that I should have reported it, that I should have went to HR, I don't know, process of that, and said, hey, she just told me I can't do certain things because I'm black, right? Like, I probably could have reported that, right, as that being some form of discrimination or whatever. But it just in that moment, like, you don't even like, as a person, like, a lot of times you just kind of be like, oh man, that's crazy you would say that. But then you just go on about your life, like, you don't even really think. There's this idea that somehow it's not racism because the person is black like you, like person can't be racist against their own race, right? But we do need to realize that we can perpetuate racism on people who look like us, and we are a part of the system that keeps it in place. And we need to realize that, like, we are a part of that system. And this isn't to send any hate her way. Overall, I mean, I don't, dislike her as a person, I guess. I don't feel any kind of way about her. I'm far away from her. So there's that. But she didn't make me, hate my time there or anything like that, or whatever. She did, like, there was other stuff that she did later on down the line that she did or said that yeah, I mean, was just right in line. But, like, she thinks like that. That's the way she thinks or acts or whatever. And you just kind of go on. It's weird. We don't really call each other on those types of things. And I don't know. Maybe we should. I mean, I definitely think that we are moving towards a place where we feel a need to speak out more and say, hey, look, you are being racist, or like, you are discriminating against me. I don't care if you look like me. I don't care if we're the same color. You are discriminating against me right now. You are singling me out because of the color of my skin, and that's not okay, even if you are the same color as me. The reality of it is, sometimes conversations happen that you weren't privy to. People get pulled aside and say, you can't do that because it looks bad for you, or whatever, or that's unprofessional, or whatever, when honestly you're just being targeted because of the color of your skin. And the hard thing about that too, I mean, in this situation it's pretty clear cut, but a lot of times it isn't very, like, clear, right? Like, I went into work with my hair curly and wore curly, and that's just how it was. And then one day I straightened my hair and, oh, your hair looks nice like that, you should wear it like that more often. And it's, it's just a compliment, right? But in reality, it's trying to encourage me to fall in line in the nicest way possible. It does happen in a lot of different ways in professional settings, and it's something that we need to be mindful of. It's something that there needs to be more things in place in how we handle it, and it's something that we also need to become better at spotting, because like I said, I mean, it's really easy to overlook. You're just looking at somebody who looks like you, and so you just kind of go, oh, okay, you know, there's nothing wrong with what they said. That's just how they feel or whatever, because they look like you, and you don't really think of it as being discriminatory. But it really actually is. It happens a lot. There's a lot of other stories I could tell. And that's for, you know, despite everyone else's best intentions. I was actually, she was also somebody who encouraged me not to apply for higher up positions, because she said they don't hire black people in those higher positions, given that she was in a much higher position than me. Yeah, go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel. I need to get my subscribers up, so yes, subscribe to my channel. I hope you guys like the name change. I really want to keep it. We'll just see how that goes. Stay healthy, and what's next?